Good afternoon. My name is Allison Siegel, and I am a proud graduate of the College of Liberal Arts, class of 2008, and I currently serve as the Vice President of the College Alumni Association Board of Directors. Today, on behalf of the College Alumni Association, I have the distinct honor and privilege of awarding Drew's Alumni Achievement Community Volunteer Award to my friend and colleague, Michael DeLoreto of the class of 2006. I'm sorry we can't be together in person today, but I appreciate everyone joining us on Zoom to recognize and celebrate Mike's prodigious achievements. To provide a bit of perspective of the Alumni Achievement Awards, these have been awarded to outstanding Drew graduates going back to 1956, when John Cunningham and Philip Burdett received the first achievement in the liberal arts and achievement in the sciences, respectively. The Alumni Association now presents 8 awards annually to outstanding Drew graduates. Today, Mike joins an elite company of just over 200 award recipients among about 19,000 Drew College of Liberal Arts graduates. The Alumni Achievement Community Volunteer Award recognizes alumni who have made significant contributions to their community, state, or nation as a volunteer and have demonstrated outstanding character and loyalty to Drew. I'll share a little bit about Michael, but you can also read more about him at the link in the chat. Thank you, Carol. Mike graduated Drew in 2006 with a degree in political science and went on to earn his Master's of Public Administration from the University of Pennsylvania, as well as his Juris Doctorate from Seton Hall University School of Law. He spent his professional career in the fields of public policy and the law, which have afforded him the ability to serve the community through various channels and causes. As a director in the Government and Regulatory Affairs Department of Gibbons PC, Mike is an active participant in the firm's pro bono program. He has represented or is currently representing numerous individuals at the state and federal levels in cases that involve the expungement of prior criminal records, child custody matters on behalf of a domestic violence survivor, an appeal of the denial of Medicaid insurance coverage, and the petition for asylum on behalf of an unaccompanied minor fleeing violence in their home country. He has worked with the United States District Court for the District of New Jersey's Reentry Court Program, Renew, where he assisted program participants with certain legal issues that may be barriers to their reentry in the community. Mike also volunteers on the boards of several organizations. Since 2017, he has served on the Board of Trustees for the New Jersey Court-Appointed Special Advocates Program, also known as CASA. Working through community volunteers, CASA advocates on behalf of children in foster care and other out-of-home placements to ensure their well-being and ultimate placement in a safe and nurturing permanent home. As a fellow New Jersey attorney, I can attest that Mike's service provides a direct impact on the community, delivering immeasurable benefits. In addition, Mike was appointed this year to the Board of Trustees for the New Jersey Clean Communities Council, a comprehensive statewide litter abatement program created by the passage of the Clean Communities Act in 1986. He is an active member of the board of New Jersey State Bar Foundation's high school mock trial competition, and he has served as a judge for the contest. And lastly, in his most adventurous volunteer effort to date, Mike is the coach of his 5-year-old son's t-ball team. Mike says that none of this volunteer service would be possible without the support of his beautiful wife, Erin, whom he met at Drew. And for those of us who knew Mike while at Drew, we can sincerely say, you've come a long way. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you, Allie. First, let me thank the College Alumni Association for presenting me with this award. And Allie, I greatly appreciate that you were able to provide the introductory remarks. And I'm sure a lot of our colleagues and classmates from Drew would probably feel the same way about me coming a long way. And certainly when they saw community service next to my name, I hope the first thought in their mind wasn't, oh, what court-ordered community service did we have to enter into? But I certainly did not expect to get an award, particularly for community service. When I look back at some of the other recipients and some of the other folks who have received awards this year, I particularly feel some sense of inadequacy, whether right or wrong. But in any event, the community service work that I have undertaken all has a specific purpose and special meaning to me, and I'm grateful that my profession and background's given me the ability to participate in those endeavors, and Drew certainly was a major part in that. because much of the skills that I learned, I was able to translate in that I from Drew, I was able to translate into my professional practice. And like Ali said, I work for Gibbons PC, and the standard bearer of the firm is the Honorable John J. Gibbons, former Chief Judge of the Third Circuit. And he stressed the importance of service. He founded our fellowship program and the pro bono programs that I'm a part of at the firm, and part of the reason why I'm here today. And I keep at home an article from the New York Times about Judge Gibbons. And it has one of my most favorite quotes about being a lawyer, which is, "We are often not very popular for the work that we do, but our job is to make sure that the law applies to everyone. The difference between us and a good part of the rest of the world is that we have been dedicated to the rule of law." And so when it comes to representing persons that need legal representation, I take that role very seriously. And I try to give the same level of service to a global company that I do to the client looking to expunge their record, or the mom who's trying to enforce a court order for visitation, or a recent parolee who's looking to get a job that they need their license restored. And my wife can attest to the fact that some nights I'm working late at the office, not because a high-paying client has asked for something, but it's because I have to file an expungement petition, or I have to file something in a matter for a pro bono case. And I take very seriously that everyone deserves that equal opportunity, and particularly when it comes to children, because we don't get to choose our family at birth, but that shouldn't dictate our fate moving forward. And so this is the part of the reason why I became involved with the court-appointed special advocates of New Jersey. When I was a clerk in the appellate division, some of the most difficult matters that I would have to prepare a memo on involved the outcome of termination of parental rights cases. And that's where the court legally decides that that person is no longer that parent of that child. And kids and parents in those cases get legal counsel. But what they don't often get for the child is somebody who looks after the services that they need. And that's where CASA comes in. And CASA plays a statutorily authorized role to make sure that children get assistance for matters like individualized educational plans, behavioral health counseling, just somebody to make sure that their general welfare is being cared for. And so a shameless self-promotional ad for CASA, if you're ever interested in participating in a charity, certainly would encourage everyone to take a look at CASA, because it certainly is worthwhile. So I would be remiss if I didn't close by thanking my parents first for giving me the opportunity to attend Drew, and making that a place where I was able to go get an education, and also for instilling in me the values of service, and the values of making sure that we're caring for others through their work that they did as part of the medical profession. And particularly want to thank my wife, Erin. She does, while I'm working and doing all those things, she's having her own career and taking care of the kids, and all the things that I'm able to do, the hours I spend, whether it's at the office or on various boards, or even if it's doing stuff for the mock trial program, it's possible because Erin's there making sure that things are being taken care of. So I'm greatly appreciative of that, because all this wouldn't be possible without her. So despite not being on campus this year, I hope this is a unique opportunity, since this is being recorded, that I'll be able to share this moment again, maybe 10, 20 years or 30 years, be able to watch this with my kids and maybe even their kids. And hopefully what I'd like to be able to have my children say is that, their dad played a very small role in trying to make a difference by standing for the idea that the law can be used as a force for good and can be applied equally. And he did that in the community. So I greatly appreciate this opportunity, this award. Very grateful for it. And I really have a lot to owe to Drew for that, for the opportunities that I've been given, because it set the base for where I am today.
Congratulations, Michael.
Great, thank you very much. Thanks.
And you have this space, so please feel free to talk. And yes, it is recorded. It is being recorded, and we're going to share it on our YouTube channel, so you'll have access to it.
Cool, thanks.
So, Mike, I know you mentioned potentially feeling inadequate against the other award recipients this year, and I will tell you, our award recipients, all of them, yourself included, are phenomenal. And I've been able to catch many of the presentations since we're virtual.
Yeah.
But what I would say about this award in particular is a lot of our other awards, and Drew gives 8 to alums, and we have a Friend of Drew award as well. A lot of those awards are related to your career, your profession, your growth from Drew. And that's fantastic. It's critical that Drew grads have a variety in their profession. This award, though, is special because it goes beyond just your career or what you do, what you did at Drew and what you've done in the years since. This is so important because it's what you do outside of the time at your job, outside of the time with your family. This is the time that for you, knowing you and knowing you have 2 young kids, that you really don't have, and you go the extra mile to make time for the community. And that, I think, is such a foundational point of Drew. And that's why I think this award is so special and so critical. And you are so deserving, because there were a lot of other things, you know, that you do that weren't actually mentioned in my remarks. That there's more. You guys do, you and your wife and your family do a lot more. And so I would say this is super special. And I hope that in 10, 15 years, you get to play it for your kids. And then, you know, in 30 years, you play it for their kids. But this is such a special award, and you are so deserving. And it's really wonderful. And again, knowing how critical what you do and how it directly impacts the community for the good, I'm well acquainted with. And it's a wonderful thing that you're doing above and beyond everything else.
Cool. Thanks, Allie. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Certainly, you know, we don't have to, I know we have the whole time, but we certainly don't have to stick around. I know that everyone has stuff to do on Saturdays. So it's a busy day, particularly for those of us with kids.
So Mike, let me
chime in the background.
I was about to say, we're losing the room here at home. You got a Spider-Man crashing in.
Yeah.
My name's Bob Duffy. I'm also on the nomination committee, and to what Allison said is true. And not only are you well deserving, but the number of people that weren't chosen for the award, I don't know, it seems to me there's like 15 or 20 people in every category that we consider. And it is just, there are so many people at Drew who are deserving and are among our considerations, but you would have beat out a lot of people to get this award. So I can certainly appreciate how it might feel undeserving, but at least from the committee's perspective, we were just overwhelmed with all everything that you do for other people. And we had a lot of good choices to make, and we chose you. So I think that it should say a lot that you beat out everybody else who also do a lot of stuff for other people. So congratulations.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. And yeah, I hope next year, you know, we'll be able to get together on campus and, you know, be happy to, you know, every year we do a picture at Drew with our family. So each year it's been a little bit different with, you know, with the pandemic. Obviously now we didn't get a picture last year. And I don't know if we're going to get a picture this year, but we have a picture, me and my wife, my wife when she was pregnant with Jake, after Jake was born. And then I think we have one where she's with, she's pregnant with our daughter, Vivian, and Jake was probably 2 or 3 years old. I think that was probably the last alumni event we were at. I think, Allie, I saw you there actually. So we were wandering around with the kids and stuff like that, you know?
There was the tent. Yeah, sorry. We've since added another one to our group as well.
Yeah.
It's one of those days. But yeah, it's been since Claire was little. We had a meeting that day, I remember.
Yeah.
2019, I think. Probably.
So, all right. Well, thank you.
This is Mike's mom.
Thank you all very much
you guys
for
hear me?
your time today. I appreciate it. And we got dogs barking. It's a regular Saturday at the DeLoreto household.
I don't know. Mike, can you hear
Mike,
us?
can you hear us? It's
Yeah, we
Mike.
can hear you. Hey, it's my parents.
Hey, we are so proud of you. We love you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm crying
Thanks, guys. Love you
already.
too. Thanks. So, all right. Well, we'll be able to watch this again. And, you know, Allie, I'll hope to see you soon.
We'll be around. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.